At the heart of the small town of Harmonyville, there stood an old fast food restaurant known as Midnight Burger. It had been in operation for decades and had gained a notorious reputation over the years. Locals whispered tales of strange occurrences and terrifying experiences within its dimly lit walls. Yet, the allure of its mouth-watering burgers and crispy fries continued to draw patrons in, despite the ominous rumors. The story begins with Sarah, a curious and thrill-seeking teenager, and her friends, Mark and Jessica. They'd always heard about Midnight Burger but had never dared to set foot inside. One chilly October evening, their curiosity got the best of them. As the clock struck midnight, the trio ventured into the fast food joint. The flickering fluorescent lights cast eerie shadows that danced on the peeling wallpaper, and the air was thick with an unsettling aroma. The cashier, an elderly woman with hollow eyes, gave them an unnerving smile as they placed their orders. Their meal arrived quickly, but as they bit into their burgers, a sinister chill ran down their spines. The meat tasted off, and the ketchup seemed to be a peculiar shade of crimson. As they tried to make sense of their discomfort, they noticed something even more unsettling. The restaurant was empty, save for a disheveled man sitting in the corner booth. He seemed to be mumbling to himself, his gaze fixed on the flickering lights. Their unease grew as they observed the man's erratic behavior. Suddenly, he stood up and started to shuffle toward them. His movements were jerky and unnatural, and his lips moved silently as if reciting an incantation. Panic set in as the trio realized they were trapped. The front door, which had been unlocked when they entered, was now bolted shut. They tried to reason with the cashier, but she merely cackled and muttered something about offering a fair exchange. The trio looked at each other in fear and desperation. The man reached their table, his eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. With a gnarled hand, he offered them a choice: join us or become part of the midnight special. As they refused to comply, the room grew dark, and the restaurant's walls seemed to close in on them. The trio screamed as the floor crumbled beneath them, and they fell into a pitch-black abyss. They woke up in a different world, a nightmarish realm where they were forced to serve the midnight special to a never-ending stream of otherworldly creatures. The trio's souls were forever bound to the cursed restaurant, and they became part of its eerie legend. To this day, the people of Harmonyville avoid Midnight Burger, knowing that those who enter may never leave, destined to serve the sinister forces that dwell within its walls.